All right, so I've made some progress here on my emergency hearing contempt motion. All right, I need to write petitioner slash mother here, or mother slash petitioner. Mother slash petitioner. Is and was at all times Hereto. I don't know. The defendant mother in the Jezwali versus Jezwali entered blah, 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 blah in the Court of Common Pleas of Westmoreland County. Daughter kept from mother. I need to put is being kept. Because of COVID. Daughter is being kept from mother because of COVID. It is unconstitutional to keep children from their parents for anything COVID related. My daughter needs me, her mother, when she is sick. I also was not provided a COVID test that includes her name, as it is an at-home test, and she has not been taken to the doctor as a 10-year-old child who has COVID. This is neglect and another excuse to keep children from mom. The Supreme Court agrees it is not legal to keep children from their parents due to COVID-related reasons. Melissa is answering the phone when I call my, part two. Melissa is answering the phone when I call my children and screaming on the phone at me, calling me names in front of my children. She calls me on the phone from Eugene's phone, and I am forced to answer as it could be my children, and this court has not allowed my 10 and 11-year-old children to have their phones, to have their own phone, as they always have, and therefore always have before taken from mom. Off mom. And therefore allows the control and the chaos to continue. My oldest son, who is 14, is not permitted to contact me on his phone by Mr. Jezwali and his paramour, Mrs. Nagel. I'm sorry, Melissa Nagel. She was Mrs. for real. But Mr. Jezwali and Nagel antagonized mother on the wizard and through phone calls, while mother already has a harassment conviction against Nagel and a 3-year protection of abuse order against Mr. Jezwali, which just expired in September. As the PFA court told me, I had received the longest protection of abuse order from abuse they could give, and therefore could not extend it. The harassment has only gotten worse from Mr. Nagel and from Mr. Jezwali and Mr. Nagel, more like it, and Nagel since. They stalk me at the place they believe I am employed and claim to have photos of me at work. At an establishment where photographs are not allowed to be taken by customers who enter. This is stalking and controlling behavior. It is illegal. This is stalking and controlling, harassing, and abusive behavior. My daughter has the phone ripped away from her when she is speaking to me. Her mother, should just probably be another one. Point. While she is sick and not given a chance to say goodbye, as Mr. Jezwali Nagel hung up the phone when mother stated that she wished she could take care of her daughter while she is sick. My daughter should be with me, her mother, and not punished more, trapped in her bedroom with no phone and being kept from her mother and told her mother is bad and needs hung up on because mother wishes to comfort daughter while she is sick. This is oppression and abuse. Furthermore, the assigned guardian ad litem, Adam Gorzelski, has mentioned in his most recent report after the last emergency hearing I filed pertaining to neglect, abuse, and ongoing harassment from Mr. Jezwali and Nagel. Threats to me to not encourage my children with my words and made up words that I have not said. I will continue to tell my children to stay strong and that I am proud of them throughout this horrible situation. It is clear that Adam Gorzelski is a part of the revenge scheme to punish mother and children for no reason and at any cost, even permitting child abuse and neglect and harassment to continue. He ignores all major issues and focuses solely on punishing mom, just as the court orders from this court have done. This recent report was requested by the judge to allow me to see my children for 3 hours on Christmas. However, Gorzelski does not mention anything about Christmas in the report and instead says the report was done to see if my visitation can continue. However, as court transcripts will prove, this was not the reason for the report to see if my visitation can continue, but rather to allow mother a sole 3 hours on Christmas with her 3 children. All right, so then that's my rough draft, and then I will write a conclusion, which will basically be a demand that my kids need phones, Adam needs dismissed from the case, and I need to see my kids the entire day on Christmas. And I need to get emergency hearing, and Gino should be held contempt. But honestly, I don't even want to get him in trouble. Like, I'm not saying he just needs to stop this, is what I'm saying. He's in contempt because I didn't see my daughter yesterday. And why is it okay to harass mom and mom, is not doing anything but fighting for her children and getting punished for doing so.